Hello everyone and welcome to Let's Play Stellaris Newbie Tutorial Series for version 2.7.2. I'm your host, Colors Fade. It's episode 6. It's the year 2250 in our game, and this is what the galaxy is starting to look like. We are over here. We have discovered all these factions over here. Somebody way over here. We have determined exterminators, the synthoid matrix up here. They're going to be problems, so we're going to want to get ready for them. In the meantime, we have managed to pop another tradition. And the closest tree that we have to finishing right now is diplomacy, and then we'll go finish discovery probably, or we may have to skip over here and start doing supremacy. But in the meantime, market fee reduced by 10% or base trade protection for trade routes increased by 5. This is not really necessary right now. We could form a federation. This allows us, we can form a federation because of this. This creates a federation naval capacity, counts for twice as much. I'm not as worried about adopting that. But the market fee reduction by 10%, that's a minor thing, but it'd be nice because we're already doing some automated trades. And we need to do more trade. The whole game you're going to be doing automated trades anyways, or at least manual trades at the very least. So up here in this system, up here, one of the things I need to think about is where I'm going to put the star base to handle trade from all of these planets up here and ship it down to my main system. And you can see down here, and if I put a trade station at Cowrie and I give it 2 trade hubs, then it could go 1, 2, and it would grab all those from that planet. It would grab 1 and grab from the 8. It'd grab 1 from there, and 1, 2 would get it from that planet. Cowrie is going to be where we're going to want to build it. So let's just start building it. Let's get that one up now. Over here, this is colony. We give it the colony settlement as we've been doing this. Gives it pop growth speed plus 20%, happiness plus 10%. It's a brand new colony. This is... We can either set it up for minerals, as we've been doing with many of our planets, or we can set it up for energy because it has 1 more energy district. I might just do this one as energy. So, first district up, first job available. Let's go with that one. And that's going to very quickly put us over our empire sprawl. So what we're going to want to do is take care of that very, very soon. And the way to do that is we need to move some people. There's another faction that's been founded, and at this point in time in the game, I really don't care about it now. Because now my policies and things are set up in such a way there's probably not much that I can change. Like, these guys want a psionic pursuit, mind over matter. Well, we're not going to get there. Secular state, having spiritualist values reflected on our empire governing ethics will please them. That's not going to happen. No synth rights? Forget about it. So, of course, you know, At that point in time, once we start to get so many of these factions, I've got my policy set up. I have my government and ethics and everything set up the way I want it to. I'm not going to change for these other piddling factions coming along. So I'm not going to change to appease them. So it's just the way it is. Up here at Uthon, we need 3 people on this planet so we can unlock another building slot and add another admin office. So if we go to the Ecumenopolis, we can move 2 people without losing a building slot. So we'll do that. There's a nomad worker who's unemployed, and then we can move a clerk. And then on the nomad homeworld, we can also resettle 1 person here. So we're going to settle... oh, this is MB Uthon. Good. MB Uthon. And we're going to move a clerk. Nomad clerk. And that unlocks the slot. And now they're like, we don't have enough living conditions. I know, but the most important thing right now is bureaucracy. And then we will build you a city district for more housing. Okay. And that will watch, hopefully that will get built. This is going to be a year to build it. And hopefully by the time it gets built, we won't be taking much of a penalty from sprawl, if anything, at all. So way over here, look at this, all these green planets now, because we have enough people coming in through immigration treaties that we can colonize them with other species. And the Ecumenopolis just came up with another one. They just got another mining robot here, so I'm gonna move that to one of the other worlds that has mining on it. And in fact, let's move it here to Trappist mining robot. So this is great because we're going, oh, and see, we just went over because of some districts or something else. Galactic community. So this is big. As more and more spacefaring civilizations establish formal relations with one another, the galaxy is becoming a vibrant and lively place. To avoid tragic misunderstandings between nations, an increasing number of diplomats have called for the establishment of a new pan-galactic organization, a community, if you will, where the empires of the galaxy can meet to discuss important matters. Should the nomad hegemony pledge its support to the creation of the galactic community? Heck yes, we will support it. Okay. Now, over here, what are you doing? You're building the mines. Good. This is a desert world, so we can colonize it with our desert people, who are very good, 85%. We can say, go colonize that. It's going to take a while for them to get over there and colonize it. So by the time they get over and colonize it, we should have Empire Sprawl taken care of. Right now, we're taking very small penalties. Technology costs us 1%. Tradition adoption costs us 1.5%. But we were going to get this building built very soon in 180 days, and it's going to take care of that for us. Because pops, districts, all this stuff. I love it that you can see it up here. This is one of the things that I really like about Stellaris. You hover over it, hover over something with your mouse, and the
Warning. Alien Federation
and the dialogue pops up and shows you where these things come. 32 from districts, 31 from systems, 6 from colonies, and 101 from pops. The first federation is performed between the United Jagwala and the Obedin. So the Obedin and the Jagwala, so they're both friendly with us, Obedins, and the Jagwala. So we may be able to ask for associate status. We can ask them for association status with their federation because being in a federation is at this point in the game, since we're a little weaker than everybody else, would actually be a really good deal. I'm going to ask them for federation status. And they said, why, yes, we look forward to having the Nomad hegemony work with the Stellar League. We shall start a vote on the matter immediately. Great. Okay, where is this? Oh, and over here, he went to survey this, and what do we have? Spaceborne amoebas. So there are still some spaceborne amoebas over there. Okay, gentlemen, you have 651. I would like you to go take care of these spaceborne amoeba, please. So, head on over there. Take care of those guys. And that way we get our science ship back. Trappist has an unemployed pop, and it's a specialist. It's a nomad. New contact, the Tazikian Interstellar Autocracy. They are authoritarian like us, and they are fanatic Matillar. I can't even say that.
Research
oh my gosh. Tazikian Interstellars. They are... what are they? Military dictatorship, because they are fanatic militarist. My tongue. And the birth of the galactic community. Yay. So now the galactic community. I'll show you here. Take care of research first. Fortresses. We're going to need. That's the upgrade. Administrative park. That's the upgrade. Clearing tile blockers. Planetary capital and Hall of Judgment. Crime and amenities. I want that, actually. So if we go over here, the galactic community is now available via this button. And you can go up here and you can see it. And proposal queue. So we can go to resolutions and we can say, what do we want to propose? Somebody's going to propose the galactic market. And all these proposals have certain things about it. Charter of worker rights. Diplomatic weight from POPs plus 20%. Worker happiness plus 5. Worker political power plus 10. So all this. We're not going to worry about proposing anything. Not until later in the game. And then the one we're going to want to propose is greater than ourselves. This is the most important resolution in the game. And the reason is because it allows POPs to automatically move back and forth between planets that have jobs. So we don't have to go into our planets and manually resettle them anymore. And that is greater than ourselves. That's the one we're going to want. I believe that's it. It says, unlocks an edict that encourages unemployed worker and simple drone POPs to voluntarily resettle themselves to suitable planets with jobs and housing in our empire. By far, the most important resolution in the entire game. it's also, it's just, you're going to see when we get our empire really big, we're going to spend a lot of time moving pops around. And having an edict that just automatically does it for you is gargantuan. So that's where we're at on that. I want to go get this. What are you doing? No orders. Go get this. I want to get that. Oh, and this got built on Uthan. And so you can see now our empire sprawl bumped up to 147. We're going to very quickly hit that because we're very quickly sprawling out. Especially with these planets up here. So we're going to need another one soon. But this is Uthan doing its best. And it doesn't have any tile blockers yet that we can clear. It's got tile blockers. It doesn't have any we can clear. This planet has some we can clear. So we're going to start doing that. This planet has some we can clear. So we're going to start getting rid of those. That one has quicksand basin, which you can't get rid of yet. And this is... These can be gotten rid of. So you might as well start that process now. And there we go. Nomad. Nomads. There are some very good visual mods. And if you check out some of my other Stellaris Let's Plays, you can see the description to the mods that I use below. I always link them in the descriptions below. You can always click on those links and go straight to them and see them. Go find them on Steam, plug them in, use them. I don't like to use any mods that break the game's Iron Man mode. So I like to have Iron Man on. I like to get Steam achievements. There's so many of them, and there's so many I still don't have. Planetary faster than light inhibitors are now on the go, and we can get the energy grid, which is actually going to be really important. So I want to get that. It's only 3,000 points. It's going to take 30 months to get it. And it is field manipulation, and we have a field manipulation person, or we used to. Oh, they died. We don't have them anymore, and we probably can't recruit anybody, can we? Nope. Okay. Yeah, that person sat around for the longest time waiting for field manipulation to show up and us to move them over to do it, and then they died instead. So, but here we are. We're 52 years into our first... Oh, and here we go. So 560 versus 651, but we went in there and specifically designed our fleet to kill these guys.
Construction project concluded.
Said, hey. Oh, but we never did check on these guys, actually. Oh, yeah, they're the same. They're space amoebas, so we're set up to destroy them. Winged statues. Oh, look at that. See, like I was saying, this artwork in this game is sometimes so good, and instead they take these art pieces, which are done at like 1080p, and they shrink them down tiny on the screen and put these vertical lines on here to make it look like you're looking at through some kind of, scratchy viewport. And it's like, no, but blow this sucker up on the screen and give us some bigger text to read, because bigger font, because these are gorgeous. The crew clearing the jungle on EQ has stumbled upon an unusual find, previously obscured deep within a tangle of old withered trees, where it would seem no nomad has ventured before, are 9 massive statues casting dark, tall shadows over the landscape. Winged and pale, they exude an aura of otherworldliness. Perhaps they were created in the image of a deity or idol that has since passed into oblivion. They do not resemble any life forms on this planet. We must learn more about these statues. It creates the Sentinels archaeological site on the Ecumenopolis site. Okay, great. So now we have an archaeological site on that system, and these guys are over here fighting these guys, and good job, gentlemen. So you go back to base, return, get healed. You have no orders. I want you to go over here, and I want you to research that project because it's a time project, and I want you to survey a system. Anytime there are those debris, you can see it's a timed thing. It's always about 1,800 days. You can track it on the map. But anytime you're in a prolonged war, like later on we're going to be fighting the Synthoid Matrix, I'm certain, you want to have a science ship ready and close to your main fighter so that it can run over there and it can research that debris. Okay, on Trappist, they're doing dense jungle, and now they have enough people here to build another building here. What I would like to do is build a mining district, and then for the building, I think what I'd like to do. This was going to be a research world. That was the thing, and I'm not going to break from that rule no matter how badly I might want to, because of the way things are working out. I'm definitely going to put research labs on here. So we're setting that world up to do that. That's what we're going to do. And these numbers over here aren't bothering me at all, because we still have 8.2 in the bank, and we can always go in here and we can say buy more, because we have 63 of these and we have 99 minerals, so earning per month. So we're doing fine, as long as we keep growing at a steady rate and don't go hog wild, which is kind of what I've been doing over here, is going hog wild. We'll be okay.
Initial colonization phase.
Yes, and now we're colonizing this other planet, which is going to be fantastic. This guy up here is assisting research on a planet that actually doesn't have any research yet. So what I want him to do is come over here and excavate this site. Now, is he the best person to excavate this site?
Research concluded.
Probably not, but we're still going to do it. He's level 5, though, and he has an archaeological skill +5. So, all right, research says crystal mines are now available. Great. Exotic gas refineries, synthetic crystal plants, ceramo metal armor. Let's do that. And then what we're going to do is also go into... We got afterburners, and I haven't been using them. This has 30 power. Afterburners add sublight speed, but more importantly, evasion. You can see our evasion number is 61.5%. We put that on there and it becomes 63%. And the power with these weapons is exactly 0. If I go like that, it makes them a little more evasive, makes them a little harder to hit. The Senate is now in session. So we should go over here. There are a bunch of proposals. There was a number up there. It said 8. There have been 8 proposals. So we can go through here and say what we're going to support or not. Diplomatic weight from economy +20%. Worker pop resource output. And then habitability -2%. One of the things to always go in here and check is kind of see where you stand in relation to everything. We're the nomad hegemony. And our technology level, for instance, is 381. Our economic strength is 1,000. The people above us, 2 people above us, have weaker economies, and we have stronger economy than almost everybody below us. So if we're looking at something like that and we're saying, yeah, diplomatic weight from economy, yes, we'll support that, because that will make us stronger diplomatically, because we have a better economy than most of the other species. Buzzword standardization. Diplomatic weight from economy and bureaucratic upkeep. I don't like the bureaucratic upkeep part, but the trade value could offset it. We're going to support that. Anything that's going to be diplomatic weight from economy, we're going to support, because we have a good economy, and it's just going to get better with the trade. Diplomatic weight from fleet power. Our fleet power is really weak. Ship upkeep 5% and naval capacity -10. We're only going to oppose this because right now we're weak, and we don't want other people having a stronger diplomatic power than us. So we're going to oppose this. As you can see right here, our power is 545. At some point in time, somebody is going to propose that there be a council, and the council is going to have 3 members, and they're going to get some special skills. So we want our number to go up, our diplomatic power. So we want to vote down anything that might make somebody else quite a bit more stronger. There are people with much better navies than we have, so we don't want to vote that up. Pan-Galactic Recycling Initiative. Diplomatic weight from economy -20. We're going to vote that down because we want to support a good economy. Cooperative research channels. Diplomatic weight from tech +20. Now, I think we're probably one of the better tech ones, but let's make sure. Our tech score is 381. So 200, 414, 214 for 11. So we're better than 2 of the people who are above us. And then technology level. Ours is 381. They're below us. Their tech level's below us. Their tech level's below us. Their tech level's below us. We're ahead except for, yeah, we're even ahead of them. So when it comes to tech, that's the other thing we want to support. Diplomatic weight from tech. Heck yeah, we're going to support that big time. Charter of Workers' Rights, diplomatic work from POPs. Now, how are we when it comes to population? Number of POPs, 158. What are we at? We're at 216. So these guys are above them on pops, then we're above them. We're what, 216? They're about the same as us. They're above us. And then we're going to be above everybody below us. So when it comes to pops, it's like, Charter of Workers' Right, worker happiness +5 and worker political power. I'm going to support that. So now we've set all this up. So as they come in to vote, we've already decided how we want to go things. We don't have to pay much attention to it now. The Senate's going to go in session and they're going to vote on those things, and we've already determined how we want our votes to be. We've maxed out minerals again, so we're just going to hard sell. We're a one-time sale some of those. And we're probably going to go in here and change. I don't want to change that many. I want to change like this many. And when our food drops below like 5K, then we'll probably start buying some.
Anomaly found.
I prefer to try and never have to buy food or consumer goods. What I really prefer to do is balance my empire so that these things are always in the black. It's not always possible because every planet is different and every game of Stellaris is different, because sometimes you come in here and the things are just arranged in such a way that it's not possible for you. Sometimes I've got into games before where all the planets that I could colonize had really bad minerals. Well, then you just have to adapt. Instead, you prioritize energy and food. I played some games where energy and minerals were so low, and all I could do was prioritize food and then sell off food to buy these other things. So you just have to adapt and make do. You can have a strategy for how you want to attack each planet and how you want to specialize it, but in the end, I try to use this to be my guide, and I just adapt as well as I can. Now, this planet is brand new colony, so we set it up for colony. This is going to be a mining one for sure, because that's what it's got the most districts for, and it's got tons of city districts. So I like to have at least 2 research worlds, and preferably more as we start to really get big. But early on in the going, I think 2 research worlds are worth it. Since we're setting another world up to be the EQ Monopolis, and we're striving in that direction, I'm not so worried about what alloys are going to look like down the road. So this would be such an, because it's got so many districts, this would be an ideal world to just plop down a ton of research on. So we're gonna plan for that. We don't know if that's actually going to happen, because one of these other colonies, like this one we also said research, and it's setting up research labs right now. This may end up being a better world for bureaucracy, because obviously empire sprawl is gonna affect us. Suzuno is uninhabited and indeed uninhabitable, but not unvisited. Its surface is littered with tall cenotaphs carved from some mineral not native to the planet, evidently placed here by some artistically inclined spacefaring race. The monolith's flowing lines deftly chart a history so fantastical it must surely be fictional. Surely we can get engineering research or make digital reproductions of the monoliths widely available to our empire. No, because I think that tilts us in a spiritual direction, which we don't want to be. So I've spent all the time building this research lab, and I'm considering changing this planet to something else like bureaucracy. I'm going to do this. I'm going to continue doing this. These are going to be my 2 research worlds. But this world over here is really big on research, isn't it? And then what is this? This one's being colonized, but we don't have a decision yet. Okay. This world over here, Itheor, is probably going to have to be consumer goods when it's done. And in fact, Nomad is a consumer goods world. So we're getting enough planets now that we can start to specialize. But remember, there's a lot of things you have to specialize. You have to have bureaucratic worlds. You have to have scientific worlds. You have to have the worlds with consumer goods and alloys on them. And then later on, you're also going to need all the refineries for these volatile motes, gases, and crystals, which habitats to some extent can help with that, but still. So this translation software thing happened before, and the Lorango Shipping's Alliance opinion of us changes by minus 25%. That's okay. It'll bounce back. I'm not worried about that. The Lorongo cartel are ruthless capitalists. These guys are a break off of the other ones, of the main Lorongos. They got 5 planets. Where are these guys located at? They are what? The Lorongo cartel. Where are they? They're in the Rongo system. The Rongo system. Where's this at? Oh, they're over here. Oh, so the Lorongo cartel. So we have the Lorongo Shipping Alliance over here, and we have the Lorongo cartel over here. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, and we've got more. More have revealed themselves. Wow. Well, we're gonna have to be working here, aren't we? Improved. So now I'm looking at things and I'm saying, blue lasers. This unlocks more energy technology. It's really cheap now as far as research goes. It's 2,500. Someone unlocked that. It's 22 months. I'm coming back here to my ships. The Ecumenopolis now says I have one unemployed person, and it's a farmer robot. I need to move that to a planet that has farming. So I'm going to resettle that to Nomad, because Nomad has farms. And now it says I have one unemployed person, and I'm like, well, yeah, you do. What do I want to build on this home world of mine? The homeworld here is one of these planets that I might just take and eventually shuffle everything over to food. That might be a really good thing to do. For now, I'm going to build one more city district. Ceramo Metal Armor, Corvette, Hull hit points, rare technology. And it gives them 100 hit points. I want that, so we're going to do that. It's 52 months. This construction ship is over here doing nothing. All right, the first
System survey.
this research over here at Ecumenopolis. The first thing came up. The Sentinels did it. Something has gotten into the archaeologists. The excavation thus far has been impeded by freak accidents, injury, and misfortune, and now even senior researchers with decades of field experience are blaming the Sentinels. Overcome with superstition and paranoia, they claim the statues move about when no one is watching, yet there is nothing to suggest their jointless limbs are even capable of motion. Matter spun further out of control when traces of biomatter, indicative of heavy bleeding, was found lodged within a series of tiny cuts on the terminal portions of a sentinel. Whether the sentinels are just a convenient scapegoat or there is something more sinister explanation remains to be seen. Well, so keep digging, my friends. All right, science ship. That science ship is done there. It's going to go up here and excavate that site. Oh, and you, when you're done there, grab these crystals, because we can now mine those crystals. That's going to be fantastic. So, and then up here, this place, we built this. We're going to upgrade it. We're going to give it 2 hangar bays, and then when it's upgraded, we're going to give it trade stations. And this, archaeologist missing. Science officer Patil has gone missing. He was last seen leaving the camp at sunset to find a tranquil spot to consider the sentinels. In the days leading up to his disappearance, he raised concern about the safety at camp following a growing number of accidents, and we fear that he may have abandoned his mission in protest. Ominous, I say. So this over here is collecting this trade. You can see we haven't looked at this for a while, but it's collecting this trade from Trappist. It's collecting 3 from there and 2 from there. So it's collecting those trade. Trappist.
Research concluded.
This Trappist system. Okay, crime and amenities. Very nice. Ooh, gene modification points. And Paradise Dome. And oh yeah, naval capacity. All this stuff. Very good. The thing with the gene modification is, right at the moment, it takes a lot of research to implement the gene modification, so I'm not worried about doing it right now. It says it unlocks further advancements in biological enhancement and adaptation, though. That's why I want to get it, because I think it might unlock things to do with terraforming. So I'm going to grab it. going to go for it. This science ship right here. Oh, the leader was gone because he disappeared. That's right. Leader cost, leader upkeep, or research speed industry, research speed new worlds. I'm going to grab you new world guy. Excavate site. Find the lost person. So now we're starting to really take a dip in consumer goods, which here on Nomad, and one more person will be able to unlock another building slot, and we can build civilian industries. The other thing is on this world here, Trappist, we finally built our first research lab. So what I can do is I can take this research and replace it with civilian industries. This planet doesn't need to do research anymore. We're going to focus it entirely on manufacturing. Declaration of war between the Tazikian Interstellar Autocracy and the Lorango Cartel. Well, good for them. This gets us one step closer to getting diplomacy done and getting another slot available. So, secure shipping. Base trade protection increased by 5. I like that, certainly. We want to take a look at trade from before. Remember these skulls were red? Well, now they're white. You can see there's base protection of 7, and the Starbase Ecumenopolis is providing protection over here. So it's getting protection from there, and same thing here. Starbase EQ is providing protection. So it's protected. These skulls are white. Piracy isn't going to crop up there. Nomad just got this other slot done. This is great. So we're going to change this research lab over to civilian industries, and then over here I can take and either add more civilian industries or more alloys. I'm going to wait and see, because here's what I like to do for balance. I still like to have one slot here for the Ministry of Production, which we don't have yet because we haven't researched it. It gives a 15% bonus to civilian industries and alloy foundries on the planet. So that's important, and I want to save a slot for that. I also like to make sure that every single planet gets a stronghold. If you do that, then your naval capacity grows at a rate that's commensurate with the sprawl of your empire. And then I like to save the last 3 slots for one for motes, one for gases, one's for crystal, 3 refineries. If you do that, if you do that on every single planet, you will always have enough of these secondary resources, these refinery resources. If you don't do that, you're really going to have to supplement with something else like habitats. You're going to be forced to supplement in some pretty hard ways. So by unlocking lasers, we now get the plasma thrower, which is a very, very nice weapon. This unlocks chemical plants, which is one of those buildings that allows you, one of the refineries, and it allows you to generate motes. It's 4,000 to get it, so I'm going to get it. That costs 35 months of research. You're going to see. And then also there's an administrative building here, and I don't want an administrative building on this planet. I want admin buildings on planets dedicated just for administration. So we will eventually get rid of this, and we will make sure that this planet is 3 more people away from being able to unlock another building slot.
Initial colonization phase complete.
This is the Ecumenopolis. 12 people, and it's a nomad is now the person who's unemployed. So they will be employed if we upgrade that building. So here is another colony, Elthior colony, and this was going to be energy, so that's easy to do. And then distribute luxury goods, increases immigration pull. I should have been doing this on all of my new colonies. I forgot that they still had this in the game, because they took away the food one. So if you do this on a brand new colony like this creates immigration pull, and it improves your population growth on the planet. Remember, I'll say this 1,000 times, immigration and emigration in this game are not actually moving pops around. They're just growth penalties or bonuses to your population growth on the planet. And so over here, this one, that's working. Okay, good. Yeah, I don't want to grow too fast, and now our empire sprawls 140 out of 147. So I want my administrative planet over here to get enough people here. I need 3 more people, and I can build another building. Okay, no mod is done, and it created that civilian industry, and so now we're in the positive, which is good. And it says, hey, I still have an unemployed pop. It's a no mod. What do you want me to do with it? Well, I'd really like you to... I'm going to lose this slot here, but I'm going to take a couple people and move them to Uthan. Because Uthan is where we need people, so we can get that slot up. So if I move that no mod up there, and then if I say, like, move 2 clerks, we do that, and now Uthan has a building slot here. And we can say, yep, you need more bureaucracy. Administrative offices, please. Birth of the galactic market. Okay, de facto galactic trade unbound by the performance of the international diplomacy has existed since we first discovered that we are not alone in the universe. As new borders are discovered and old ones redrawn across the galaxy, galactic leaders agree that it is time to legitimize this commercial forum so that all may benefit. In the coming years, independent traders and government agencies will be looking to establish a quasi-centralized hub for galactic commerce. We would surely benefit were this hub to fall within nomadian space. So we could choose to promote one of our worlds for this purpose. And so that's what you do. Form the galactic market got passed. So we go over here and we say decision. The galactic market hub nomination. It costs you 150 influence and 1,000 energy credits. And that's one of the things you always want to save some influence for. We have 846, so I'm not worried about that. So it's like, yes, we'll do that for sure. All right, and then send artifacts to the museum. We can do this again. We have some of these goodies, and this gives us culture workers output. I'd like to do that. Okay, so we do that. And how many of those things do we have? Let's find out. Relics. We have 20 relics. So on some of these other planets as well, on the ones that have autochthon monuments like this one, we can do the same thing, I think. Send artifacts to the museum. Yep, so we can do that. So that'll help with this growth of tradition. Make it a little faster. Archaeological site pending. They were here first. A compositional analysis of the Sentinels has revealed that they are made from an unknown hybrid material, metal ceramic composite. Such a material could not have been forged by a prehistoric society, yet preliminary readings suggest they predate all known civilizations on EQ. Fortunately, the scanners cannot yet pierce the Sentinel's metal coating. Keep digging. Alright, so on Trappist over here we have an unemployed pop. And this is a mining planet, and this is a nomad. So we're going to build that. On this colony we have an unemployed pop. We haven't done anything. This is going to be mining, we said. That's why we got the M up here, and it's going to be research later. We're going to build this, and then we're going to build some housing for it. So we're doing good with everything except food. We haven't been in ruined world. This is the other slot. Massive, dilapidated structures cover the entire surface of this world. At one time, this city planet must have been home to billions, but now it is empty. Whoever lived here must have left clues about what happened to them, but finding them will require a detailed examination of the surface. Intriguing. Keep digging. Alright. First fleet, we have 2.6k. So what I want to do with this fleet here, now that we're done, well, we're not done killing amoebas. There's these amoebas down here, the Tree of Life Protectors. I would very much like to go down here and take care of them. So what we're going to do is go into Fleet Manager, and we're going to say, hey, I want you to have 20 ships, and I'm going to reinforce the fleet for 618. And that's automatically going to start building all of these ships to get us, they currently have 12, and it's going to build us enough to get us to 20. So that'll happen. And then we'll see how big our fleet is. That is, we can have a naval capacity of 50, but our fleet size is only 20 right now. So we would have to build an additional fleet and a half to get to 50.
Construction project concluded. Construction project concluded.
Okay, missing archaeologist. Patil's belongings, including his mind gazer, a device used to isolate the mind from outside interference, have been found on a ledge overlooking the Sentinels. Sticks forming a half-finished outline around one of the statues suggest he may have diverted from his exercises to mark his position. His flashlight and scanner were discovered crushed under a shattered piece of the Sentinel's wing. The scanner has been modified in a particular manner. Perhaps it could help us pierce the Sentinel's protective lair. If we wish to find Patil alive, we must divert extra resources to the search, as his chances for survival in the wilderness diminish drastically every day. Spare no expense. So 100 influence and 500 energy credits. And we'll see if they can find Mr. Patil. And we'll see what our fleet looks like over here in a little bit. Also, there's an upgrade fleet. We need to upgrade some of our fleet ships. Okay, so what happened? Patil has been found unconscious and badly injured, hiding in the underbrush below a natural rock formation with a bloodied data pad tucked under his arm. He was rushed to the hospital and treated for severe brain injury, indicative of blunt trauma by impact from above. Though his condition is now stable, he still suffers from memory loss and has no recollection of how he sustained his wounds. Splinters in the unique metal alloy from which the Sentinels are sculpted were lodged in his parietal cranial bone. All he remembers is hiding from someone and subsiding off what little the land had to offer. However, his notes contain some helpful information. Okay. So, we go over here. Situation log. What else do we have? The tree available. We need a science ship for that. Founding the galactic marker. We're working on that. The Sentinels. Site is under excavation. So space amoeba study is 16 months. Translate the explorers test crystalline study. Those are 18 months. I'm not worried about those yet. How interesting. Alright, where's our construction rig? What are you doing? No orders. You have orders now. Go get that. Oh, and we're very, very close to going over our Empire Sprawl number again, but we're 40 days away from new administrative offices and 4 unemployed persons. And that's only going to provide a couple of jobs. So we're going to add another mining district, and we're going to add another city district for housing. And we lost a leader. Scientist Patil has died at the age of 88. Well. Okay, where are you at? Excavate the site. Patil is dead. That's too bad for him. The Ecumenopolis has an unemployed nomad, and it's a higher order. It's a specialist. Well, we don't have any specialist jobs. What we need to start doing is building out city districts for this. And over here on the Empire Capital, when it gets 2 more people, it'll unlock this last spot. We'll build another civilian industry because it's the thing we're running short on. How does our fleet look? Is it all done building? It is. Shipyard is done. Archaeology site done. The archaeologists have reconstructed Blank's modified scanner. It's blank with the apostrophe S now because Patil is dead. Patil's modified scanner, set to pierce deeper within the statue's hybrid composite material, has picked up on a weak radiation emanating from their cores. To investigate further, it would be necessary to break one of the Sentinels open, very likely destroying it in the process. Since one of the statues has already lost part of its wing, our archaeologists recommend starting with that one. Open the Sentinel carefully so that we can reassemble it. We will not desecrate a sacred monument. If we preserve the Sentinels, the land cannot be used for other purposes. Minor artifacts found. The Sentinels modifier acted, giving the following: spiritual ethics attraction. Ooh, I don't want that. Okay, no. Leave the xenomonstrosities on the ground. Issues a special project. The Sentinels. Minor artifacts found. Leave the xenomonstrosities to the ground. Open the Sentinel carefully so that we may read some.
Log updated.
Let's see what it says about that. The Sentinels available. The Sentinels thick. Okay, let's do this. We're going to research this. 10 months. Let's find out what happens. I don't think I took that route the last time I've done that particular chain of events. That particular archaeological dig site. This is what the galaxy looks like right now. This is what the hostilities look like. So the only people I'm really worried about are these determined exterminators over here. Everybody else, it says equivalent, but their fleet power is overwhelming.
Construction project concluded.
So we got some work to do to catch up on those, which I would imagine. I mean, this isn't any kind of a fleet at all. It's 912. So I'm going to start building Oh yeah. So now we have Fleet Academy. This gives them ship starting experience plus 100. I'm going to build that, and then I'm going to say build some more corvettes of the Amoeba class until I get down to about 1,000 alloys. And then Trappist over here. Hey, it has unlocked its first slot. So the colony designation went away. We're going to make this a generator world because these are the districts we're going to focus on. This allows the generator districts to build faster and the technician output to be 20. And then we want to build robots if for no other reason so that we can start moving them to a different planet. And then on this planet we can say distribute luxury goods, 100 of them, and this creates amenities.
Research concluded.
And it'll create immigration poll. And we're also going to say build another one of these and build another one of these and that. Okay, research concluded. Chemical plants. Let's go. Energy credits from technicians. It's very good. There are cheaper things to get right now though, like this improved reactor. So we're going to get that out of the way. Food situation is the thing that we're going to have to deal with sooner or later. And the easiest way to do it is to just buy food off the market. But I would really like to be able to figure out a better way to do it. This relic world. So, this is a relic world. And it only has generator districts and mining districts. It doesn't have any agricultural districts. And it has a lot of blockers, weird blockers. Max mining districts. I'd really like to colonize this thing. And who do we colonize it with? These guys are 90%. We're 80% for us, so we'll colonize it with us. We're gonna colonize that now. Yes. It's Yidra, but I'm gonna call it Relic because it's a relic world. I'm gonna call it Relic 1. Oops. I'm gonna do it the good way though. So we're gonna colonize that planet. We just got that. Uthan just got that last building up, so now we're at 175, 148 sprawl. So we're still under our sprawl. The Sentinels have woken. The engineering team was just preparing to disassemble the broken Sentinel when a gentle shiver passed through the statues and they sprung to life. Bodies humming and skin glowing. Radiation pulsating from their cores has made them malleable and transparent, revealing a digital grid of limbs. Before anyone could react, they had surrounded the archaeologists and suspended them with a force field. Now they wish to speak to us. Hear them out. The sentinel with the broken wing turns to one of its peers and speaks. Please, Divana, set them down. I wish to be freed from this prison. I can no longer count the days we have served our masters, toiling on this earth while they enjoy the heavens below. I am alive, but dead. They are dead, but alive. Will you not let me go? Divana looks at her with disgust. Excelsior, by the gods, keep it together. Our loved ones rest below. Have you forgotten our sin? We made a promise to guard their afterlives eternally. That is our only redemption. She sizes us up. You are no threat to us, nomads. Leave us in peace and we will protect this planet eternally. What are you? Oh, no answer. We accept your protection. Removes the archaeological site from EQ. Adds sentinels to EQ, which have the following. Max districts -1 and unity from Dobbs +10. We accept it. Excelsior approaches the archaeologist. Please, I beg of you to end my suffering. You are free to go. Okay. Alright. You're free to go. Well, what happened there? Nothing else? Alright, EQ Monopolis. Planet EQ. So they get the sentinels and they have the culture. Oh, so the sentinel got let go because we said you could go, so we don't get the bonus on it, I guess. That's cool. Well, at least the planet's still intact because that's the most important thing. We have a farmer robot that needs to go somewhere else. Probably Nomad. It'd be the best place for them to go. So I'm going to send them away. Nomad now gets this. So I think the best thing to do in the interim here with this. What do I want to do? Do I want to do another? Well, the thing we're short on is consumer goods, and that's what I'd like to keep in the black. So we're going to build that. So what is hostile fleets, life tree protectors, right there in our land, I know. And what we're looking for here is we have 2 fleets. I'm gonna go to this is 16. So if I go into that, they're maxed, and I say reinforce the fleet. So it's gonna build 4 more. I don't have a leader for it, so I'm gonna go recruit somebody. Ship upkeep. Evasion, sublight speed. That's what we're going to do. Evasion for corvettes is good because they're small and they're already evasive. Corvette hull hit points now have more hit points, which are great. I don't care about Alligates Insights. Alloy Mega Forges. These are the upgrade to the Alloy Forges. They go from 2 jobs to 5 jobs, as you can see, but they require moats. I still want to get that because we actually are earning some moats. We're earning 2 moats. So we could upgrade one of our alloy factories and still be in the black. So these 2 people, we're going to move them over to aggressive stances. And when they're full, we're going to send them down here to fight these spaceborne Tree of Life people. And then we're going to send one of our science ships over there. This science ship at the Ecumenopolis is going to come down here. And we're going to do this little research down here. It's been a very fun episode. I'm digging this. I just don't know. What are we looking at? 13 months for the next tradition. So we'll finish this off and we're going to see how close we are to getting archaeology. The problem is we're still a long way. We need anti-gravity engineering and we don't have that technology yet, I don't think. Guarantee revoked on the independence. So now we get gene modification. I know we have these tile blockers and this unlocks the administrative park. Which is the bureaucratic upgrade, and it requires crystals. I'm going to get this because we only have the one world right now, Uthan, that has these buildings on it, and upgrading some of these, even at the cost of crystals, would be beneficial because we're collecting crystals from one of these places over here right now. If I turn this on, we can see it's right there. So we should be getting 1 crystal a turn, which we are. So we could upgrade one of those buildings from 2 jobs to 3 jobs, which should help keep our sprawl up. So I feel like that's an important thing to do. I also think that... What's this science ship doing right here? This one is assisting research, but it doesn't need to. I want it to go up there and survey that system. Alright, are both of you ready to go? 20 out of 20, yes. You need to upgrade your fleet.
Fleet enhancement supplied.
Okay, so now you're ready to go, both of you. Go. Let's go in here and watch them take these little dudes on. Hello, hello. Here they come. They're coming right through that portal over there. And these things are like, whoa. Okay, archaeological site. We'll pause. After much fruitless sifting through the ruins, a number of clues directed our search towards remains of a kind of planetary data processing and storage center. If we can find a way to gain access to whatever records remain, they will be invaluable for unraveling this planet's mysterious past. Come over here and take a look. 1.1k to our fleets. Over here we have a research agreement proposed between a couple different nations that aren't us. Peace. Oh, and there we go. So that, you can look at this. We lost no corvettes and we defeated these space amoeba. Wow. Nice. Well, hot dang. Okay, you come down here, research the project in that system. And you folks, fly home. You did good. Wow, hot damn. We just went in there and roasted them. But that's what we get for taking, I think, that's what we get for taking the time to specialize our fleets against them. They had weapons that did not get bonuses against shields, and they did not have any shields themselves. So we made weapons. We only used weapons that crushed their armor, and we got by pretty easily there. Trappist, the research planet, says, hey, I've got room here for more stuff. What do you want? And I say, well, there's a lot going on right now. I'd like to put some more research down. I'd also like to get commercial zone on every planet. So that's one of the first things I always like to. Leader died. Governor Sue Jacobs died. So in the no mod system, and she had a bureaucratic bonus. So that's why our bonus dropped from 170 something to 162, and now we're dangerously close to having problems because she had this nice bureaucratic bonus. Leader experience gain, so or minus crime. I'm going to go for the youngest person here. Whenever there's two people who have the same thing, get the youngest person. They're going to live longer, and they're going to have a better chance to level up over that period of time and reach their higher potential. So we'll take her, but that's going to put an even bigger impetus on us to go over here and get this taken care of. So what I want to do is move 3 people to this planet so we can unlock this last slot. So no mod, I can move one of you. So who can I move? I can move 1 clerk. And then who else? Let's see what other planets we can do. EQ has 1 specialist, so let's resettle them to Uthen. In fact, we can resettle their specialist and a clerk, and that gives them the ability to do this. And we say, yes, do that. Rush that thing out of there. And that turns
project concluded.
bureaucratic world in it. So now we can finish this. Entente coordination. We finish that, we get this next slot. Archaeology project isn't available. It's still inaccessible because it requires anti-gravity engineering, and it requires 2 other ascension perks to be selected first. So that's why they don't let you get it early. So now we have to choose something. And this is when there's a pretty easy choice in here. Because the first thing we did was what? Imperial prerogative, right? Admin capacity plus 20%. So the easy one in here is this. Research speed plus 10%. Technological ascendancy. Everything else, 1 vision, I'm not worried about. Mastery of nature, because I don't care about clear blocker cost. This is kind of nice. The clear blocker cost thing is not important, but unlocks a decision, mastery of nature. This is a decision that permanently increases the maximum number of districts on the planet by 2, and it can be performed once per planet. It requires a decision, and it requires a lot of time. Transcendent learning, shared destiny. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. So I want the science one. Technological ascendancy. So I'm going to choose that. And then the next time, when we get done with discovery, we should be able to choose our Ecumenopolis perk.
Research concluded.
Research. Okay. Special project completed. After rigorous research, we now understand why the tree sap summons those creatures. The tree is able to produce a highly nutritious substance which has machine-like abilities to repair organic tissue. The tree is the tree of life. If we harvested it, we could use it to expand the lifespan of our people. But there's one problem. The tree's healing power is limited in amount. We could only use it to improve a small group of people's life substantially, or increase everyone's situation by a small amount. Give it to our leaders, and leader lifespan goes up by 15 years. Or biological happiness by 5%, or let the tree drift along. We're going to give it to our leaders. Remember, at the very beginning of the game, we took leader lifespan less than 10 years, and I said we can negate that later through tech and all kinds of other things. Well, here's our chance to negate it for our leaders. So, and now we're going to choose something here. What's cheap? Basic combat roles is cheap in colony development speed. I'm going to go for the basic combat roles. And then edict recycling campaign fell off. So I'm going to take edicts and I'm going to turn a couple of these back on. These ones that cost money. Energy and recycling. These are cheap. They're just energy, so we might as well do them. And these are all your war ones, which are great. So you want to go in here and turn those on when a war starts. Okay. At the archaeological site, spreading illness. Zhizang reports that a strange sickness has been spreading among the archaeologists on Udria 5. The first confirmed cases appeared shortly after a sealed chamber was opened for the first time. With a large part of the team incapacitated, progress has been delayed. Unfortunate. Okay, squirrely. Whatever that noise was. construction ship. He's over here and he's like, hey, I did my thing over here. Good. I want you to move over to there. It looks like, what is this? Synthoid matrix. He's about to grab that. It looks like, but I'm still going to move over there anyway. We may end up having to build our choke point right here at Elthior to ward off these bozos. So that's kind of sucky, but their fleet power is overwhelming. Not a good thing. And I don't want them to come down here and start trying to crush on us. So, and currently nobody is at war, which is bad for us. Yeah, and there they go. So that we're kicked out. So we need to take this and upgrade it. And this is going to be our choke point. And that construction ship can just return to the nearest starbase. And this science ship here can just return to where's our science? It's on Trappist 5 and Mang. Where's Mang? Oh, over here. Okay.
Research concluded.
Research concluded. Alloy megaforges. Alright. Exotic gas refineries. If you want, we're also going to need destroyers, and we're probably going to need them sooner rather than later. So let's get that. Especially if it leads to that anti-gravity technology that will help us with our EQ Monopolis. Galactic market is established. And the Hizzle system. Oh, within the borders of the Mirren Alliance of Colonies. So it wasn't us. Bummer. Too bad. Usually I get that. Usually Jeez, I can't remember the last time I didn't get it, so that's kind of a shock.
Research concluded.
Right. Administrative park, administrative capacity 5%. Oh, look, that boosted it up to 200 because we got that system, we got that thing built on our world, on our bureaucratic world. It's really good. And terraforming gases. Oh man, terraforming gases. Yeah, I'd like to have those. Food from farmers, though. 20%. We're going to need that because we're starting to go in the hole.
Phase commencing.
One of these new colonies is going to have to focus on food. This system right here, we said, yep, I need to get the trade from that. And we need to click this on and we need to say, you're going to, yes, the homeworld. Okay, there's nothing in between you, so that's good. So when it builds that, it'll collect all this trade and shoot it down there. That'll boost that up. We can just buy food. Like I said, when I get down below about 5K, then I'll start buying food. But until that happens. So Uthan now has the ability to upgrade these. And it's also running short of amenities. And it's running short of housing. In order to house the rest of the planet, the remainder of this districts are going to have to be cities. In general, you want to have at least 6 city districts. Sometimes you need more than that to provide all the housing you need for all the populations working all these upgraded jobs. But at a minimum, usually 6 is the magic number. And between 6 and 9 is what you need for a whole planet. Now, 6 works with luxury housing. But again, with luxury housing, you're dedicating a building just for people to live in. And you're not able to put on something like an administrative office, which is much more important. So we still don't have... We can't clear those boxes. The Balduric Science Academy. We haven't heard from these bozos in a while. Nomads, I have been asked to approach you on behalf of the Balduric Science Academy. Although we Dathnak don't possess much in the way of technology, we are certainly capable of higher reasoning. A few of our think tanks have spent the last several years studying theoretical physics, and we would like to share their findings. Perhaps the data would be of some use to you in your empire-building activities you solids are so fond of. Most kind, we gain a bunch of physics research. Thank you. That's great.
Construction project concluded.
So, it's been over an hour, and I'm just having so much fun. I want to keep going, but I like to keep these episodes short and of digestible nature for all of you. So, especially you new players. But I'm going to pause it right here. We're going to halt right here. New players, please, in the comments, if you're enjoying this, if this is helping you, please leave a comment. I love hearing from you guys. I love hearing that this is helping. As always, if you like the episode, give it a thumbs up. If you have not already, think about subscribing to my channel. If you have a question or comment, drop it down below. Use a timestamp if you're pointing out something specific. And if you really like my channel, my Patreon is listed in the description below. As always, I hope everybody's enjoying it. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to all my Patreon supporters. Folks, I'll see you on the next episode. Colors Fade, signing off. Thanks for watching.